If you're watching this video not live, I'm going to get started in just a minute, okay? Waiting on everybody to jump on. And I'm going to do a couple of things. I'm going to do a update on this one that I did a lot. I'm going to do Happyland fragrance. So, like I said, just going to get everybody on here. You can fast forward if you want to. When you get on here, let me know in the chat that you're on, that you can hear. I'm going to talk about two fragrances. A little update on the one I did a live stream on a while ago, and a new fragrance by Happyland Studio. All right, got 13 on. Guys, y'all start sounding off in the chat. Let me know who's watching. We'll go back and forth and talk to you. Like, share the video, all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is, I did a live stream a while ago on this fragrance. And what I have found lately with these older fragrances is, you got to get about 20 minutes in. And that's the hard thing about a live stream. I'm not trying to make hour-long live streams. Maybe I'll do that one of these days. But, so in fact, I'm going to go ahead before I'm going to talk about this one first. But I'm going to take this Happyland fragrance out and go ahead and spray it on. And that way when it's drying down as I'm talking about this, I'm going to try my best not to really smell it. This is Moebius. I know that's backwards, so sorry about that. I wanted to turn my screen around so I could see it. I can see who's, folks that are on here and everything. But I'm going to go ahead and, wow, good atomizer for kind of a, man, pressurized. Y'all see that? Okay. Like again, I'm going to try not to smell that yet. It's impossible. But let's talk about this one first. What I found on these older fragrances is you need to wait about 20 to 30 minutes before you can really say anything about them. I mean, so again, I did a live stream on Elizabeth Taylor's Passion for Men, and wow, as it's drying down, it is getting really, really good. This is a fragrance that is still wearable today. It's starting to kind of remind me of Tom Ford. A little bit like Tobacco Vanille. There's another Tom Ford fragrance that's got a lot of spices in it. It's kind of reminded me a little bit of African leather. It's sweeter than African leather. It's kind of reminded me of Burberry London. It's got a lot of spices in it. That's what I'm getting at. But at the base, it's got a nice resinous vanilla, mildly sweet, creamy woody. The sandalwood has come in and has filled in the gaps of the cedar, but it's very woody. It's really, really nice. This is a great cold weather fragrance. Great cold weather fragrance. So, going to be doing first impression on Moebius. Moebius. Let's see who is in the chat. Tegan Dumas, hi Tegan. Good Puffer, lemon. Okay. Tegan said, what type of cards? Good Puffer said, a bunch of lemons. Kalki Mondi, Jahan, are you from? I am from. So, yes. If you're wanting to know where I'm from Arkansas. If you think I have a little bit of an accent, I do. All right. So, I sprayed this. I'm going to give it another spray in the air. Wow, what a good atomizer. All right. So, what I'm getting from this is, in the opening, a lot of citrus. And thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. I always hate, I don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. KMJ is what I'm going to call you. I appreciate that, KMJ. So this fragrance is opening up sort of like a blue fragrance a little bit, but like a real dark, rich, thick blue fragrance. So it's not like shower gel blue, anything like that. It's not even like Bleu de Chanel blue, but it's more like the Bleu de Chanel like parfum, like the darker, I don't know if there's leather here. There is a slightly synthetic, like almost leather vibe. Let me look in the box, see if they sent me some. Well, just got a card, said, thanks, John. Not anything on it. I try to do my first impressions just, really blind. I am going to look at so there's a little bit of like a bitter greenness as well. And so it's kind of blue, but kind of green too. All right, let me go over the notes. I'm gonna let it dry down a little bit more and see if we can last long enough that it'll start transitioning a little bit. Top notes, lemon, lime, grapefruit. Heart notes, geranium, jasmine, and rum. Base notes, sandalwood, patchouli, and vetiver. Okay, so in the first initial blast, you're getting the citrus, the top notes, and you're getting the base note of patchouli. And it's kind of a earthy and also chocolatey patchouli. I'm getting both nuances of kind of a dirty earthiness. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Gent Scents fragrance. He had a vetiver fragrance called Terra Nova, which was basically a take on Terre d'Hermes. And it had a lot of vetiver and some earthy patchouli in it. And so I think the mixture of the vetiver and that patchouli is what's giving it. It's kind of a dry, earthy, semi-chocolatey darkness with kind of a bright citrus mixed in together. So you're getting a little light and a little dark at the same time. Very interesting. There's some, it's starting to transition a little bit because I sprayed it about 10 minutes ago. It's sort of getting a little bit of a soapiness to it as well. Going back and forth between these two fragrances. And wow, I can't say enough how, if you don't mind blind buying cheapies, get this and don't judge it by the opening. The opening is okay. It's not funky. It's just not, it's nothing great. It's just a little lavender, a little citrus, a little vanilla, you know, a little patchouli, a little mossy, you know. But once it's starting to dry down, it's getting fantastic. You know, there's nothing listed as leather in Moebius, but to me it smells slightly leathery. Here's Happyland's marketing. On a dark and stormy night, a mysterious and enigmatic captain surveys at the helm. The waves turn choppy as thunder rumbles ominously overhead. Will he succumb to madness or guide his vessel through the sundered sea? Introducing Moebius, the newest addition to Happyland Signature Collection. What a unique story. So I guess Moebius is a captain of a ship. If I was going to make a seafaring scent, and I've thought about it, one of these days, if my channel ever gets big enough and I have the opportunity, I'd like to have a line of biblical-based scents. And Jonah is one of the first ones that I thought of. Of course, that would be kind of along the same lines. You know, Jonah, he was on the boat. I guess Noah would be a good one for a sea-based fragrance too. But I thought about Jonah. I thought, you know, it'd be great to be an ambergris-based fragrance because ambergris is well vomit, and Jonah was well vomit. You know, so. But I would think of, you know, wood and rope and leather and saltiness, sea notes, you know, ozonic type notes, ambergris, things of that nature. And so, yeah, I think they're capturing a lot of that because, again, this is, you know, a blue fragrance is an aquatic fragrance. There is a semi-aquaticness to it. They're talking about thunder in the night, and it smells dark, smells mysterious. What is this stream about? This stream, Adeline is giving an update on a live stream I did a while ago, and that's Passion for Him. And then also talking about Happyland Moebius, doing a first impression on it. So Moebius is very interesting. I'm really excited to see how this transitions. Happyland's fragrances, all the ones I've smelled, are very high quality. They're very affordable. They kind of use these stock bottles, but now notice this. Even though this is a stock bottle, this is like it's a 1 ounce, 30 ml. Watch this atomizer. Fire hose. And the opening is really, really good. The mid is unique, and I bet it's going to get really nice in the dry down. I'll come and do a full review of this later, but what you get with Happyland is you get real high quality fragrance. You get real unique fragrances. They're not a clone house. I don't know if they do any clones or not, but I've not smelled anything from them that was an obvious clone. They do just a lot of good, unique fragrances. They make soap and stuff, so like you can get any of their scents in a soap as well. And that's kind of unique. You can, wash with it, have it all over your body, and then spray on the fragrance, and it's just gonna improve your, overall scent projection and all that. So I'm excited to see how this transitions and dries down. So, but as far as first impression, really nice. It's a kind of a really dark blue fragrance, if that makes any sense. I've talked about light blues. This is a super dark blue, a midnight blue, if you will. And I can't wait to see how it dries down. I'll come back and do a full review. Like the video, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I talk on my channel about cologne, watches, knives, guns, hats, clothes, boots, Bibles, just all things that pertain to men. But the majority of my stuff is about fragrances. So if you would, just subscribe, share, like, do all that. Till I see you down the road, I say God bless. Frag on, frag fans.